Hey folks, welcome to this weekly update of Azure news from myself, Sarah Lean. This episode was recorded on the 31st of May 2024. Starting with generally available announcements, we have the Azure Firewall in new regions. You can now deploy Azure Firewall Basic, Standard, Premium and Azure Firewall Manager in Israel Central, Italy North, Mexico Central and Spain Central, which means the Azure Firewall can now be deployed within 64 Azure regions. Critical events from Azure Site Recovery can now be surfaced up with inside Azure Monitor. So this gives you another mechanism to monitor things like failover failures, agent expiry and much more. Plus you can now route these alerts to different notification channels that make sense for your operating model. There is a new extension for Visual Studio Code and this one is for the Azure API Center. So this extension will help you build, discover, try and consume APIs from within your Azure API Center. Moving on to Azure Chaos Studio, it now has a new agent-based fault action for Windows virtual machines. The pause process allows you to pause a Windows process running within a virtual machine for a specific duration as part of a chaos experiment. This can help test applications inside virtual machines and their resilience to stutters, maintenance events or resource constraints. So hibernation for your virtual machines is now available for those general purpose virtual machines. This feature enables you to hibernate your virtual machine to save compute costs. This is supported on both Windows and Linux machines. When you hibernate a virtual machine, Azure persists the virtual machine in memory state in the OS disk and deallocates the virtual machine. As a result, you don't have to pay for the virtual machine when it's hibernating, and you only pay for storage and networking resources associated with that virtual machine. Moving on to Azure NetApp files, now you can create large volumes between 50 terabytes and 500 terabytes in size. So Azure NetApp files large volumes also supports cross-zone and cross-region replication. This new large volume capability can help with your HPC, AI, or ML workloads that have large datasets. Also now available within Azure NetApp files is backup of snapshots. With this backup capability, you can now offload your Azure NetApp files snapshots to a backup vault in a fast and cost-effective way, further protecting your data from accidental deletion. Sticking with Azure NetApp files, but this time in the form of public preview features, we now have application volume groups for Oracle. Azure NetApp Files Application Volume Group shortens Oracle database deployment time and increases overall application performance and stability, including the use of multiple storage endpoints. So thanks for tuning in, folks, and please don't forget to leave me a review, share this podcast and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on, and I'll see you all again soon.